Welcome back. It is 6. Well, you probably didn't go anywhere. So welcome
Maybe
again.
they did. Maybe they got up and got a cup of coffee.
There you go.
Cheers. Cheers to you.
Yes,
Happy
absolutely.
Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
It is, in fact, 6 a.m. on this Friday, the 20th of January.
It's my mom's birthday today.
Oh, my dad's birthday was yesterday.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Mama Lou, happy birthday
Happy
to you
birthday
if you're
to your
watching.
papa.
Your daughter's hair looks gorgeous. She did your hair yesterday.
Thanks, Mom. It looks good.
Yeah.
It looks real good. Cameraman Nate's laughing. All right, let's go to Guy.
Yeah.
Happy Friday, Guy.
Hey, happy
First week
Friday.
back after
you know,
your
it's funny.
vacation.
My dad's birthday would have been tomorrow. So,
Oh.
yeah, it's so
Wow.
cool to think about. Everybody's parents' birthdays kind of close together. But anyway, you know, quiet today and through the weekend. We do have a slight chance for snow as you get into the middle to late part of next week, but at least we're not looking at a snowy pattern or anything like that because we have been overperforming, right, in that department. Stick around in Weather Minds. I have some pretty cool nuggets and let you know how much snow we've picked up so far this season, and it's over the annual average for that. So stick around for that. 27 right now, feels like 16 on the skin today, 27. So we'll cool off and then warm back up to 27. A bit breezy today, winds gusting up to maybe near 20 miles per hour, but nothing more than that. Mostly cloudy tonight for any Friday night plans. Saturday, nothing to slow you down for your Saturday shopping plans or errands, whatever plans you may have. Just a quiet weekend ahead.
That's great to hear. Thanks, Guy. Happy Friday if you are getting ready to hit the road. It could still be slick. The roads are in great shape, though. The plows did a good job as I was driving on 394 into work this morning. Mostly clear. We still have a few patches of ice, though, so watch for that because we had this crash involving two vehicles, as you can see at the median, blocking the left shoulder, Highway 100 at Glenwood. Again, not slowing things down as of yet. We also need to catch you up on breaking news from overnight. Within the last few hours, we got new information about a wild police chase and carjacking that happened in Brooklyn Center.
We're told no one was hurt, which is fortunate, according to police, considering how this chase entered into a neighborhood streets. And Jen has been following this all morning long and has more on what we know right now. Hi, Jen.
Yeah, and thankful no one got hurt,
Yeah.
right? Because anytime a chase goes on city streets, it's not good. It's very risky. We're told that the suspect, on top of that, was driving into oncoming traffic and at one point nearly hit a deputy's squad. So this all ended right next to an apartment building located right here off 47th Avenue North, which is not far from Highway 100 in Brooklyn Center. That happened around 10 last night. Brooklyn Center police said it was actually the State Patrol chasing this vehicle, which they said was stolen. That's why they were chasing it. That chase entered Brooklyn Center city limits, and police said once it entered city streets, the State Patrol stopped the chase. But then here's what happened next. So you're seeing video right now of the aftermath. MnDOT cameras captured that large law enforcement presence outside the apartments where this ended. Police said once the State Patrol stopped chasing, they began searching for this vehicle. They found it abandoned. They say the suspect then carjacked another vehicle, which is presumably the one you're seeing right now. A Hennepin County deputy used a pit maneuver, we're told, to stop the vehicle near those apartments. Brooklyn Center police said the suspect did not cooperate with law enforcement after getting stopped. So that's when deputies fired 2 foam rounds at the driver's windows, and then the suspect surrendered. So police said that they did find a replica firearm in the back seat of this vehicle. This whole ordeal lasted about an hour from the time that chase entered Brooklyn Center city limits until the time it ended. And again, no one hurt. Really the good news here this morning.
I could have gone in such another direction.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the big good news there. No one was hurt. Thanks, Jen.
Well, this morning, opening statements begin in the trial of Cody Forencamp. He's accused of shooting and killing North High School star athlete Deshaun Hill last year in Minneapolis. The two brushed shoulders during a chance encounter as they both walked along a sidewalk on Golden Valley Road. Hill was out of school early that day after the school's principal excused students to attend a protest for the police shooting of Amir Locke. This month, Hill's family got a $500,000 settlement from Minneapolis Public Schools. And today, charges could come down in the shooting of a teen outside the Jimmy Lee Rec Center in St. Paul. Police say the suspect is a St. Paul city employee and was a community recreation specialist. Now, we don't know if the 26-year-old was working at the time of the shooting. The teen who was shot remains in critical condition.
Our perspective will continue to be that every effort that we can make from what happens on the ground at our recreation center to how we engage our young people, to how we establish our policy framework on a state level around gun violence, ought to all be geared together on preventing anything like this from ever happening anywhere in our state ever again.
The rec center is across the street from Central High School, which canceled classes yesterday. The school is back open this morning.
This morning, there's a renewed push to make one South Minneapolis intersection safer after a St. Kate's librarian died in a hit and run last week. It happened near Lake Nokomis, a popular spot for cyclists and walkers. Those who live in the area say they've been pushing for safety improvements for decades, but it can be tricky because 3 jurisdictions manage that area. The city and Hennepin County point to changes like pavement marking, medians, and trail crossing signage. But a park board commissioner says that doesn't fix the real problem, which is speeding.
We have an obligation to not only recognize that this is a dangerous intersection, but to take those steps we need to take to ensure that it won't be forever.
Minneapolis police say no arrests have been made in the hit and run death of the librarian.
Governor Walz is laying out part 2 of his budget plan and how he wants to spend $4 billion on Minnesota's economy.
We're doubling down on our workforce. We're doubling down on the future. We're doubling down on science and innovation, and we're doubling down on our global partnerships that make a difference. Continuing to take and reach out to the rest of the world and show that Minnesota is a place where you can do business.
Pieces of the proposal include paid family and medical leave, millions of dollars for a workforce fund, and almost $300 million to expand rural broadband access. It is the second of 4 packages in Walz's 2-year budget proposal. The entire proposal is being revealed next week. And today at the Capitol, lawmakers who are part of the Reproductive Freedom Caucus are announcing their legislative priorities for the year. This comes one day after the PRO Act passed the House. The bill would codify the right to an abortion and birth control and is now on the way to the Senate.
The U.S. is at its borrowing limit. The $31.4 trillion debt ceiling limit was hit yesterday. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen says extraordinary measures have been taken to pay government bills, but that will only last until June. The GOP-controlled House has said that they're considering raising the limit only if there are spending reductions.
Just extending the credit card to continue spending recklessly is not in the interest of the American people.
This is about the United States meeting its bedrock commitments as a country and as a nation.
Congress has the ability to raise the debt limits and has modified it numerous times in the past, with the last one being back in 2011.
This morning, the Minnesota Vikings are looking for a new defensive coordinator. They fired Ed Donatel after a disappointing playoff loss at home against the New York Giants last Sunday. The defense allowed 30 or more points in 6 games, including in that loss to the Giants. This was Donatel's only season with the Vikings.
Well, here's what some of you have to say about the big announcement yesterday. As you can see, Drew Shafts is okay. So now what, new coach, and now we're top 5 defense now? Yeah, right. He had to go, obviously, but we need a lot, and I mean a lot more pieces. Yikes.
Good deal. He just cost us another season. He should have been cut halfway through the season. Wow.
And Jim here says they should have fired him mid-season when it was clear.
There you go.
Okay. The people have spoken. It was a good move based on the season and how the defense kind of stunk it up all year. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's not much more to say than that, is there? Yeah.
Truth with a capital T.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
6:08.
no, like
oh,
the
hey,
Giants.
guy.
Oh.
I hear you. We're
Oh, my
coming to you
bad.
right now because the weekend is here, and I want to know how the forecast is shaping up. I'll be outdoors like many folks this weekend.
I'm just out here
What's
chilling,
going on out there? What are you doing?
talking to Nate. No, we're talking some football, but no, the weekend is so nice. I mean, we don't have any big snowstorms or anything like that in the 7-day forecast, so nothing to slow us down this weekend. If you have any errands to run, whatever your weekend plans may be, any Friday night plans, maybe checking out, for the weekend, heading up north, nothing to slow you down. So a lot of good news for us. Now, clouds, we're not looking at a whole lot of sunshine this weekend. Clouds will stick around. Got temps in the upper 20s. It feels like the teens on the skin, and wind chills will play a factor throughout the daytime. Now, we're not expecting wind chills to fall to sub-zero or single digits, so that's a plus. But wind chills will feel like the teens. Winds will shave off about 10 degrees from that actual air temperature. All right, today we're looking at cloudy skies. Cloudy skies and temperatures right around the upper 20s for your afternoon highs. Maybe a peak of sun. We could squeeze a little sun, but again, clouds will rule the day. More clouds than sun for sure. Tonight, Temps steady. Look at that, in the low 20s. Temps really won't move much for any of those Friday night plans you may have, but at least the winds will subside a little bit. Your weekend forecast, breezy today, 27, tomorrow 28, so just a degree warmer for your day on Saturday. And Sunday, 26 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. And another plus, another thing to kind of note, your morning lows. So if you're a morning person, maybe you work early mornings on the weekend, you know, it shouldn't be too cold out there with those temperatures in the mid to upper teens. We're not looking at any single-digit lows, at least here in the foreseeable future on the extended forecast, that is. So I'll have that coming up here in about 10 minutes. But a cloudy weekend ahead, dry and uneventful through the middle of next week, and colder air starts to move in late next week. I'll let you know how cold on the 7-day forecast. More on that light snow chance coming up middle of next week. Looks like on Wednesday. And then again, just quiet and uneventful weather pattern, and we deserve it.
We sure do, Guy. Thanks. So this weekend, the world is remembering Lisa Marie Presley at Graceland.
Plus, rock legend David Crosby is being honored this morning after his passing, and we'll hear from his family.
Monday marks the start of tax season. So while you're starting to get your important documents together, we're helping you avoid scammers trying to take your money.
Teams from all over the world are here in Stillwater this morning, sculpting these beautiful snow creations right before our eyes. Coming up in about 5 minutes, we'll give you a sneak peek of the sculptures that teams are working hard on.
15 years of storytelling, hundreds of videos, all in one place. Land of 10,000 Stories, the complete collection. Rewatch your favorite stories or use the interactive map to find new stories across our state.
Go to KARE11.com/land